All right, well, these images are scary. It was one thing in the South China Sea when the Chinese were just taking over islands that technically really weren't theirs and all but put condos on them, then made the military installations, and now deploying missiles on these islands. If that doesn't alarm you just a little bit, it's kind of looking like a Cuban Missile Crisis, 50-plus years later, but maybe that's just me exaggerating. Ben Collins, Army Special Forces veteran. Ben, that's scary stuff, isn't it?
It certainly is, but I do think we have to look at this in terms of context of time. So two things are going on right now. So one, we're in the middle of the Association of Southeast Asian States, the ASEAN conference. And so Obama is there, so this is really a show of force on China's part while everybody's together discussing these issues. The second thing is about a month ago or so, we put a U.S. battleship by one of those contested islands, and so again, this is another show of force to say that they are going to make claim to these islands, and they're going to start expanding at least what they've done so far. They've already extended a lot of the runways. They've put some fighter jets.
I don't see anyone stopping them, Ben. I know the South Koreans were nervous, the Japanese were nervous, but I don't see them stopping.
No, and in fact, they just, and that's why I think we're going to have to really pay attention to what they continue to build. So these missile batteries, the HQ-9, they've got a range of about 125 miles. If we start seeing them actually start building permanent facilities, because right now these are mobile units, they're on a truck. And so they have them parked down on a beach for the world to see. So that's not a mistake that they did that. This was definitely something they wanted the world to see. They've got a message that they're sending. But the more and more that they build on these islands, it's very concerning, because they're just going to keep building, and eventually they're going to be able to build a protective net around these islands and deny access.
I know you dismiss it, as you should, because it was more than 50 years ago. But JFK, with the Cuban Missile Crisis, quarantined the area and formed a naval blockade. Now, that was a restricted area, much smaller area than we're looking at here, and it was about 90 miles away from us at the time. But what do we do here? Is there any benefit to blocking this, to even having more ships come in from some of these islands where they're setting up missiles and saying, no, you can't do it? That would be a very different game, wouldn't it?
It would be a very different game, but I think we've seen from this president that he's not going to be willing to cross that line. I mean, that's another red line that we're going to be drawing in the water as opposed to the sand. But there's a political reality here, too. I mean, I think it's very uncertain as to what type of president we're going to have in the next election. So I think that they're going to push this thing as far as they can possibly go. And the second thing is, Neil, is these are surface-to-air missiles. China has recently developed a surface-to-ship missile, which is extremely scary and effectively puts our carriers in check. So there's a tactical concern here as well.
Yeah, and I didn't even get a chance to mention the North Koreans, and they have something in orbit right now. But it's scary stuff. Ben Collins, thank you, as
Thanks,
always.
Neil.
All right, you.